Hi gamers. I think many of you will agree with me in that the end of the year 2011 is probably the best time there ever has been for us gamers. So many AAA games coming out, and we have had our first taste of those games, and basically that's what I'll talk about in this video, games that I've played recently. First up, Deus Ex Human Revolution. The first game in the series was a classic, the second not so much, but this is a really great return to glory, even if it is a different team that has made the game. I just love the atmosphere here, in which the voice acting adds a lot with, I think every voice actor is great in the game, but of course Mr. Adam Jensen here has the best voice there is. He's a true internet celebrity now, appearing in many videos. Some people say that it's a bit unrealistic or a bit too raspier, his voice, but I think it's just spot on. He's a great guy. The augmentations lend themselves to some really nice decisions to be made in the gameplay. You can really choose how to play the game the way you want. Now, some people of course have complained about the boss battles, and yeah, I guess you can notice that they were made by a different team. Not the same that made the rest of the game, but you know, that really didn't bother me. I didn't have that much difficulties with the bosses, just the right amount in my opinion. I did play a stealth character, but still I guess I can say that I had just the right experience. I guess I might have mistakenly made the right decisions for me. Maybe somebody made some wrong decisions and suffer for it, but hey, just the fact that you can make wrong decisions it's actually a plus in a game for me. It's great that you know, if you come across a door that you can't open, it's all your fault. That's a great concept for a game. Even though I did like the atmosphere in the game, especially in the cities, they look great in my opinion, and especially the first city, Detroit, had a lot of secrets and secret passages, but for some reason the amount of secrets and things to find dropped in the later cities, so that was a bit of a bummer, because the game really never returned to the glory of the first city. And well, even the first city, every city had, it really hurt the atmosphere that there were so few people in the streets, you know, just a few of them, so you really didn't get that major city feeling out of that. But I guess, you know, there's so many decisions and options in the game that you have to cut back on something, so I guess that was the number of people in the streets. Even though there are some small hiccups with the game, I do feel that up to date this is my game of the year so far. I guess most of the better games are still coming out, but yeah, this was a really nice experience to me, and I highly recommend it to anyone liking action or RPG games even. Next, I finished Gears of War 3. Let's put up some visual aids here as well. Like the first two, Epic really has their tech down. The games look absolutely gorgeous and yeah, technically almost perfect. And I think I've said it before in some of my videos that it's crazy how that even the normal corridors or normal areas that you just happen to stroll by all the time, they are up to the same par of excellence that some other games might have as their set pieces. You know, set piece areas and environments. Gears of War is always at that high level, so it's really a triumph for Epic. Although in this game I kind of had some troubles with the overall design of the creatures, because I love the locusts. I fell in love with them in the first 2 games, and now you're fighting mostly glowing tentacles and really weird creatures. I kind of had a problem with that, because it's not really the greedy war game of the future. It's more like a horror game in the future, or a monster game in the future. There's something wrong that rubs me the wrong way when I look at a living Zeppelin or something like that. It's a bit out there. This is a bit too fantastic for me. I did like the design of the first 2 games a lot more than the third one. There's nothing wrong with this technically, but yeah, the design, they did some small mistakes in my opinion. What's really great about Gears of War 3 is, of course, the Horde mode makes a comeback with some really nice additions, but I really dig the Beast mode. It's great fun to be able to play as all the Locust creatures, and you know, it's really a different experience. All the weapons, the way they move, the way they fight, so that's a great co-op option as well, the Beast mode. I wonder if something like that will be copied into other games as much as the Horde mode was, because now every fighting game or shooting game has that. And yeah, like I said, I didn't like this. I guess I didn't like this as much as the first 2 games. Still a fantastic game, and every Xbox 360 owner should be proud to add this to their game library. But still, something. It wasn't the best possible outcome in the trilogy for me. And lastly, in this video, I played Might and Magic Heroes 6. Like I've said, I'm a big fan of Heroes of Might and Magic series, all 5 of them before this, and yeah, even number 5 was okay, even though I am a really big fan of 2D graphics. And as such, I think games, especially 1 through 3, had much more character than number 5. But still, all the 5 games were excellent. And in the 6th game here, they did some really nice improvements to the fluidity of the game. Some nice shortcuts and ways to play a little faster, I guess. So that's great, and some of the changes really change your strategy as well. So this is a pretty different game. You can't play this the same way as you play the originals. And well, I'm really a fanboy at heart, so if I've played a game as a kid, that's always the template for me, and everything that strays from that template is a bad thing. So I guess I'm a bit biased here, but I really didn't like some of the changes they made here. For example, why did they change the resource system? They really cut back on the number of resources that you can collect in the game, and yeah, again, it kind of simplifies the game, makes it gives it a little different strategic options, but it also cuts back on the charm of the game. I really like all the different resources, sulfur and gems and mercury and all that. Now we have just some dull crystals to collect, So yeah, that kind of really takes away the character and charm of the game, in my opinion. But especially they dropped the ball in the town development, graphically, I mean. Well, basically in all the 5 first games, it was actually it was one of the best parts of the game for me, when I could see my town get graphically better all the time, whereas in this game you basically have a static screen in which you see yeah, I guess you kind of see your town evolving, but you really have to use your imagination on this one. You don't see any great graphics here, and that's really I can't believe they did that. Hopefully they will fix that in some expansion, because that's bound to be something that the fans of the series are hoping for. Yeah, overall it's an improvement, I guess, for the modern times, even though I wouldn't have complained if they give me a 2D game with exactly the same gameplay as Heroes of Might and Magic 3, which is my favorite part of the series. But still, well, let's give them a shot. There are tons of bugs here as well, so I think they will be making some improvements to the game all the time, and let's hope the inevitable expansions will clear some of the small gripes that I had with the game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.